We continue with today's coverage live from Escopa Court in Quezon City. This time we headline action from the 16 under from North Division as Antipolo and San Juan go against each other in this crucial matchup. And we continue the live coverage of the country's premier youth basketball league, the one and only Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL. And for our games today, again, we'll be having 6 games total. And we'll be heading into our second game of the day, 16 under division. Still again between the Antipolo JY Tyrants and the Makabagong San Juan Mighty Warriors. So good morning everybody. The name is Cholo Pangilinan covering the action with Coach Noy Africa and Courtney Buenaventura at the sidelines. Coach Noy, good morning to you again.
Good morning to you, Choi. An interesting matchup here. Both teams already a lock in the top 4 spots. It's just a matter of positioning at this stage.
And now we'll be talking about the past games of our teams. First, talking about the Antipolo JY Tyrants. They won against the Valenzuela Junior Classics. Actually, both teams won against Valenzuela during their last games.
Yeah, that's right. And for Antipolo, in that game, shot very well from the field, 46%. Interestingly, even if they were out-rebounded by 20, they ended up winning by 22 points. And they did this mainly because their bench came to play, finishing with 52 bench points and also getting a lot of steals, 22 steals for Antipolo, and the usual suspect for them, Derek Duterte, finishing with a double-double, 20 points, 10 rebounds, and 2 blocks.
And the all-star propelling Antipolo into that big-time W versus Valenzuela. But on the other side, it's San Juan winning as well against the Valenzuela Junior Classics.
Yeah, they really got a good game right there, dominated the Valenzuela 73-58. And in that game, also shot very well from the field, 47%. Despite being out-rebounded 47-38, they were able to dominate the paint, able to score 48 points in the paint, and coming away with 16 fast break points in that game. Mark San Buenaventura with a monster double-double, 22 points and 16 rebounds. So right now, a lot at stake for both teams. If they win, they will move up in the standings. A loss will lock them up at the 4th spot.
And again, both teams locked in for the playoffs already, so this matchup is all about improving their current position. But that's it for now. We'll be turning it over to our venue announcer for the start of our ball game.
And continues here in Barangay Escopa 3, Quezon City, as we bring you the consideration of Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL Season 2, ang Liga ng Bawat Batang Pilipino. It's the second game of today's elimination, featuring the 16 under of Antipolo JY Titans and Makabagong San Juan Mighty Warriors. We are live on our official Facebook page and YouTube channel of Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL. And now, let us meet the starters, beginning with the Antipolo JY Titans. Guard number 25, Manu Cruz. Also guard number 13, Jetro Romero. At forward number 26, J.N. Delizo. Also forward number 9, Waldo Mayor. Playing center number 16, Christian Rojas. Head coach of Antipolo JY Titans, Mario Gutera. Assisted by Ren Liv, Jean Baleza, Wandy Velasco. Team manager Rafi Katigbak. And now it's time to meet the starters from your Makabagong San Juan Mighty Warriors. Guard number 7, Zoe Nonlazo. Also guard number 17, Marlo Lacapa. Forward number 6, Chase Cuevas. Also forward number 32, Riley Paras. Playing center number 19, Mark San Benaventura. Head coach of Makabagong San Juan Mighty Warriors, Britre Roma. Assisted by Joseph Realista. Team Manager Peter Nang. Our games officials for today's match, Great Chief Raymond Mazera. Umpire 1, John Mahinay. Umpire 2, Dong Ramos. Our Executive Director, J.R. Navarro. And our Junior MPBL Commissioner, Mr. Kit Picasso. Once again, this is your Manny Pacquiao Junior MPBL Season 2, ang Liga ng Bawat Batang Pilipino.
And our Doride Bola ng Pinoy team starters. For San Juan, it's Nonato, Alacapa, Cuevas, Paras, and Buenaventura. For Antipolo, it's Cruz, Romero, Delizo, Mayor, and Rojas. It seems like there's no Derek Emmanuel Duterte on the bench of Antipolo.
But from the side of San Juan, only 6 players available today. So this is going to be, you're going to expect Antipolo to really push the pace, right, to fatigue, to make fatigue a factor here for San Juan.
And it just so happened that this is a crucial game. And then there's, you know, a lot of different circumstances for both teams. So indeed, interesting to see what the outcome will be. Right now, first possession of, rather, possession going back to the Mighty Warriors as Donato will fire, and that's good from downtown.
Well, despite having 6 players, you know, San Juan will really put everything on the floor, and Dwayne Donato will be the main guy for them, averaging 11 points, nearly 4 rebounds and 4 assists per game.
Meanwhile, Antipolo trying to find a way. They almost turned the ball over. Inside, Mayor overcooks it. He will get it back. Delizo. What a move. What a finish.
Twisting in mid-air. That was a tight angle to work with.
It was John Nathan Delizo finishing with the left on the left side as well. Rather with the right on the left side.
Well, I understand the confusion on your part because usually you'd finish with the left to have the right angle. It's very tight. Magaling mag-English siguro to.
At least in that sense. Meanwhile, Donato swings it. Low post jumper. In and out. Out of bounds. Possession staying with the Mighty Warriors. 14 seconds to shoot. Paras. Nonato. Wing 3. Thought about it. Gives it back to the wing. Nonato has it. Another 3-point attempt. No good for Dwayne. Cuevas gets it back. And a steal right here by John Nathan Delizo. That's no good from Delizo. Rebound by Paras. Here they come, Nonato. Sorry, miss.
You're short-handed like San Juan cannot afford those kinds of misses.
Meanwhile, the attack by John Nathan Delizo. Drops it to Mayor. Being swarmed. That's no good. Great defense. But he gets it back. Delizo. A couple of passes. Won't end up in a bucket. Rebound grab by San Buenaventura.
Well, San Juan, even if they have less players, they're gonna go hard and try to quicken the pace too.
Paras thought about the 3. Will hand it off. Cuevas at the corner. Now at the low post outside. Donato for 3. Yes, sir.
And it's going to take a superhuman effort for Dwayne Donato to give a victory for San Juan, starting the game off with back-to-back 3s.
Meanwhile, 3-point attempt on the other side. No good for Antipolo. But they are leading the league in 3-point percentage, so you want to close those 3-point attempts. Meanwhile, Paras, no good on that 3-point shot. The Tyrants, unable to capitalize on that fast break.
Well, for San Juan, not even head coach Brittany Roma available in this game as Dwayne Donato starting out hot. 3 threes.
And Donato averaging close to 11 points per game. Looking to do more. As again, they are short-handed, only 6 players. But Cruz answering back with an off-the-glass three.
What I like about players here in the junior MPBL, whenever they hit threes off the glass, they act like they've done it before.
And I mean, who wouldn't? San Buenaventura on the other side, another sorry miss for the Warriors. Cruz brings it down. Will step on the brakes, sends it to the left wing. Another three, no good. Rojas trying to get it back. Cuevas and Rojas, wrestling match. And possession will stay with Antipolo.
And an early substitution for San Juan as they take out Cuevas.
Outside pass, Rojas. Cruz will fire. No good. Delizo grabs the offensive board. To the left wing. Traveling. Oh no, it's gonna be a foul on Dwayne Nonato.
And what could also be a concern for San Juan, they cannot get into foul trouble having just 6 players on the bench. It seems like it's almost the same number of coaches on the bench for them. They have 5.
And Carlos Sharma present on the bench, but his son is not. So that's, unusual to see. Perhaps his son is busy right now. Baka pwede yung tatay maglaro.
I don't think that would be allowed, but at this stage of the tournament, one of the concerns for most teams is school commitments, because as always here in the junior MPBL, we stress the importance of prioritizing your school commitments, education over playing basketball.
But of course, at the end of the day, it's no excuses for both teams. That's going to be airball from Alacapa.
You play with whoever is available.
Meanwhile, Rojas unable to catch it. Will get it back though. But there's going to be a foul. That's already second team foul of San Juan. Under 4 minutes remaining in Chapter 1. It's a 4-point lead for San Juan. As John Nathan Delizo will trigger the inbound from the baseline. Finds his teammate outside. Right wing, Umali, now at the corner. Inside, great fight to Mayor.
Right now for Antipolo, need to be very patient on the offense, because eventually this San Juan team will tire out.
Meanwhile, Nonato, no good at that three, but he does have the green light to shoot it. Meanwhile, what a move. Will send it out. They try for three. No good for Umali. They get it back. Another try. Still not falling. Mayor. Third try. Great defense. Nonato brings it down. Looks at the clock. Will attack. San Buenaventura. And a fishing expedition for Mark San Buenaventura as he'll shoot 2 freebies.
For Dwayne Nonato, right now he's going to have to lead this team to a victory. Last year, played for Davao. Yeah, they were the national champions last year, but he was more of on a reserve role, also playing the 16 and under division. And right now we'd like to see a lot more maturity, the next stage of his development. He can put points on the board, that's almost a given, but can he lead a team? Can he set up his teammates and help them get their points too?
Actually, almost, the core of San Juan coming from that Davao squad. Mark San Buenaventura and Rob Rainier Celis, who is not in the game. Meanwhile, that's going to be a miss. So Antipolo, despite being the number 1 3-point shooting percentage-wise in the league, they're not hitting their threes right now.
Well, it's a matter of those shots falling for Antipolo. What matters is you get good shots, you get good looks, and within the flow of your offense.
Meanwhile, the attack. Romero will lose it. Delizo, no good in the jumper. Nonato brings it down for San Juan. The attack, drops it. Paras, no good. Umali brings it down for Antipolo. Finds Delizo. He attacks. John Nathan Delizo all the way.
That time Antipolo able to get out in transition, getting an easy basket inside.
Meanwhile, Rosales, no good off the glass attempt. Rojas and San Buenaventura fighting for it. Possession will go to the Titans. Let's take another look on that John Nathan Delizo finish. And again, no Derek Emmanuel Duterte for them, so let's expect Delizo to make some noise.
As always, next man up mentality for most of the teams here.
And a steal right here, orchestrated by Nonato. But that's gonna be a foul on Dwayne Nonato as well, as he lost the basketball. Great recovery.
Yeah, that could be a problem, as Nonato will pick up his second personal foul. Might need to take a breather.
Correct me, or rather correction, Antipolo is actually the best shooting team in general, not only in three-point percentage. That's 47.5% for them. Meanwhile, 1-point lead for Makabagong San Juan. As Dwayne Nonato will have to sit on the bench again. 2 fouls already for him. Meanwhile, stolen by Manalo. Here comes the Titans on the fast break. Manalo, Pinoy step, unable to finish, gets it back. And Antipolo keeps it alive. Manalo. They have 10 seconds to work with. Rote inside, Delizo fadeaway, no good. Rote, he was able to get it back. He put one up, but he'll miss. Luckily, he'll get a foul and 2 freebies coming up.
This guy, Jerick Rote, does not really get to play a lot of minutes, only averaging 7 minutes per game, 1 point and a rebound per game. But this is a tall player that you can use come the playoffs when everything slows down. You're going to need extra bigs.
First is good for Jerick Rote. Antipolo shooting 58% as a team in the free throw line this tournament. Rote almost got it back after missing the second one. Alacapa on the break, will attack. Great defense from Jerick Rote.
Sometimes being tall is more than enough to be able to make the stop.
Let's take another look in this great defensive sequence coming from Jerick Rote and company. But a timeout will be called by Makabagong San Juan.
Remaining time, 12.2 seconds.
I don't think a timeout was called. Only a substitution.
Deadlock at 10, 12 seconds remaining. Outside pass, he's at the corner. Nowhere to go, up top, Nonato has it. He has 3 seconds to work with. He will attack, he will lose it. Great defense from Antipolo. And at the end of the first, we have a deadlock at 10. As again, this crucial matchup looks to be entertaining, at least for the first part of it. And we'll return for the start of the second period. Once again, this is Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL.
I was able to interview Riley Paras from Makabagong San Juan Mighty Warriors, and one thing that he put emphasis on is how this is by far his favorite team. They may be from different schools like La Salle or San Beda. One thing that they have in common and that they developed is their bond and chemistry that no one but them only know. Cholo, Coach Noy?
Thank you very much, Courtney, for that report. And indeed, it's a common theme in our junior MPBL teams that even though they come from different environments, different teams, they come as one here and compete as one team.
Also an opportunity also to grow your network for these players. These are probably players that you're gonna keep on playing. More than half of them will probably keep playing against or maybe together with eventually.
You know, back in the day, Coach Noy, you only get this opportunity to team up with other players from other schools when you're in college because, you know, we had the leagues like the PBL, the MBA, where college players were allowed to play in and they had opportunities to team up with their rival college stars. But now, these days, it's possible even if you're as young as 14 years old.
Yeah, mainly because there are just really a lot of tournaments going on right now. But of course, this is the premier youth basketball league in the Philippines, Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL, and this is an opportunity for these players to not only play against but play with some of the best players in their age bracket.
And of course, Dwayne Nonato playing for LaSalle Green Hills, San Buenaventura playing for San Beda, and Rob Celis, who is not playing right now, playing for the Nazareth School. Right now, it's still a deadlock at 10, but Dwayne Nonato will change that.
Dwayne Nonato, first player in double digits in this game with 11.
And he's averaging 11, so definitely he's looking to increase it more than his average. Meanwhile, a turnover as he'll step on the line. Talking about Kyle Abay.
But so far for San Juan, San Buenaventura has not been a factor, only a point in the game. Last game finished with 22 and 16.
Meanwhile, Kyle Abay dished it to his teammate. That's no good. Manalo wasn't able to put it in. Unable to redeem himself as well. Rebound by San Buenaventura. 2-point lead for San Juan, 11 points for this guy, Dwayne Nonato. To the other corner, great find. They attack. That's no good, coming from Alacapa. And possession will go to the Titans.
Well, with the lack of available players for San Juan, not really a lot of adjustments that you can make. You're gonna really need to stick to the game plan.
12 to 10. 2-point deficit for this team Antipolo, but they get a 1-point lead with that 3-pointer from Senyo. Almost 3 minutes passing by in Chapter 2. No good on that 3 from Paras. Cuevas gets it back. Makabagong San Juan. Another 3. That's good from Dwayne Nonato.
And after making 3 threes already, I can't understand how he's still getting open looks.
Rote will attack. Dropped it. That's no good. Rather, that was Abay who attacked and Rote missing it. 2-point lead for San Juan. Meanwhile, at the corner, no good from Paras. Possession will stay with the Mighty Warriors. As it's a 4-man substitution for the Titans.
A luxury that San Juan cannot afford to have in this game, only having 6 players in uniform.
And 5 players, there are 5 coaches in uniform as well. But San Buenaventura will score 2 more points for San Juan. Agawin sends it to the other side. Abay for 3. Unable to hit it. Cuevas tried to hustle for it. Great hustle play though by his opponent in Adrian Senyo.
Although Senyo will run out of real estate. San Juan gets the basketball.
3-point lead for them. Alacapa outside Dwayne Nonato. He will fire. No good for Nonato. Abay brings it down. Stop Thought about the three, will pass it to his teammate. Another three-pointer for Adrian Senyo.
So the three-point shots now starting to fall for Antipolo. 3 total in the game.
And again, they're the most efficient team percentage-wise in this league. Alacampa will attack. Dwayne Nonato, insane Dwayne, fires one again.
Nonato with 17 points, Antipolo with 16. So he has a 1-point advantage over Antipolo at this point.
Senyo, Agawin almost lost it, will attack, will send it out. Senyo one more time, unable to make it 3 in a row. Dwayne Nonato has it. They have a 4-point advantage. Alacapa, Nonato. Back to Alacapa at that right wing area. This time it's Nonato asking for a pick. How about the three? Will send it to Rosales. Out to Nonato once again for 3. That is short from Dwayne. San Buenaventura saved it, but Antipolo getting the possession. Adrian Senyo, sorry miss. Antipolo still has it. Kyle Abay will clean up his teammates' miss.
Whenever they've stayed patient, they've been getting some good looks, Antipolo.
Dwayne Nonato. Back to him up top, inside San Buenaventura. Outside Rosales, he will attack. Rosales puts one up. Won't fall, rebound San Buenaventura. Basket, the end one for Mark San Buenaventura.
Mark San Buenaventura has to be give supplementary support to Dwayne Nonato. Already has 17 points in the game, 5 points now for San Buenaventura.
Cover pound fitness, foul counted move for the current Red Cub of San Beda. Unable to hit the bonus freebie though.
Coach Britt Roma is already in the building, so that makes 6 coaches in uniform for San Juan. Of course, Coach Britt Roma involved with those 3 programs, San Beda, NU, and I believe he used to be a consultant also with the LaSalle Greenies.
And right now he's the head coach of the CEU Scorpions. So a lot of programs being handled by Coach Britt. And who knows, we might see some of these mighty warriors in the pink and purple uniform. Who knows, in the future. Meanwhile, Alacapa, no good on that 3 ball. Mayor gets it. Agawin on the fast break will send it out. And they will attack. Looks like Abay will step on the line. That's out of bounds possession to the Mighty Warriors.
That's the second stepping on the sideline violation for Antipolo here in the second quarter.
5-point lead for San Juan. Nonato leading the charge with 17 already. Stolen by Mayor. He almost lost it once again, but this time it's Abay. Tough shot, great defense from San Buenaventura. Possession will go to Makabagong San Juan. And they will call a timeout as well, as Coach Ricky Alcantara holding the coaching board. Looks like they will recalibrate their strategies. And will return after a short break. (23-18), 5-point lead for San Juan. As they have this possession. And again, still 6 players present for them. Nonato brings it down. He has 17. So only 5 points scored by the rest of his teammates. That's no good from Paras.
Well, actually, the other 6 points scored by San Buenaventura. So it's only 2 players scoring so far for San Juan.
No good from Magawin up top. Alacapa to Nonato. Nonato back to Rosales. That's no good. That's gonna be 2 freebies though for Rosales.
What do you like about Nonato? He may have 17 points, but he was still trying to set up his teammates. This time able to give Rosales an opportunity to go to the free throw line.
So a couple of substitutions for Antipolo. One guy is Angelo J. Agustin, one of the more reliable bigs of Antipolo. Perhaps has a bigger role in this contest, given that Duterte is not with them.
Used to be dominant in the 14 and under division, but has now moved up to the 16 and under squad. Still with Antipolo though.
Nonato, defended by Delizo, sends it to Paras, sends it inside to San Buenaventura. The fadeaway, that's good for Mark.
Tough shot for San Buenaventura, adjusting in mid-air, double clutch jumper inside.
Cruz will fire a 3. No good. Rebound Agustin. One more time. That's good for Angelo J. Agustin.
Was able to get the inside position on San Buenaventura. So even if he was smaller, he was in better position, right place at the right time.
Perhaps he's the guy to stop San Buenaventura as he defends that shot from Paras. But San Buenaventura gets it back. Nonato, he has 19.
Nonato scoring in so many ways. Has 5 threes.
Gab Rosales grabs the board, hands it off to insane Dwayne Nonato. Again has 19. Paras thought about the 3. Nonato, right side of the arc, uses the pick from Cuevas. He will attack. Traveling violation called on Dwayne. And a timeout called by the Antipolo JY Titans as they're down by 8 over a minute remaining in Chapter 2. Back to the action right here, 28 to 28 point gap in favor of the Mighty Warriors. Antipolo having this possession. They swing it around the arc. Senyo stops. Delizo has it. He will attack. Will lose it on his way to the cup. And here comes the Mighty Warriors. Alacapa. They lose the basketball. Stolen by Antipolo. A touchdown, but unable to finish by Delizo.
Just unable to catch that pass. Not really in full control before he took the shot.
27 seconds remaining in our first half. And another steal by Antipolo. Angelo J. Agustin, the big guy, bringing it down the court and putting it in off the glass.
Showing that he can go coast to coast. Agustin putting the ball on the floor.
6-point gap still in favor of San Juan. They have 4 seconds to work with. Paras will need to put one up. Another turnover for them. Senyo. That is it for our first half, 28-22. It's still a 6-point lead for the Makabagong San Juan Mighty Warriors as insane Dwayne Nonato leading the charge for them with 19 points. And we'll return for the start of the second half. Once again, this is Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL.
Taas noo kahit kanino, walang ibang sinisigaw ang masang Pilipino. Bumagsak, bumangon, hinarap ang mga hamon, hanggang ang kahirapan tuluyan nating matalo.
Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL
would like to thank Dorite Bola ng Pinoy, the first Pinoy basketball brand, Don Benitos, ang pambansang cassava, Nature Spring, #1 bottled water in the Philippines, Pound for Pound Fitness, Be Liga Ready, Jinky Skin, empowering women by redefining beauty, Pound Active, for quality sportswear.
Red Dynasty, offering comfort Chinese food and overall 5-star experience. Winford Resort and Casino Manila, a luxury integrated resort.
Wing Bowl, it's like coming home. Chris Jacob Collection, for affordable but quality daily perfumes.
Special thanks to Pulong Barangay Danilo Villanueva of Barangay Escopa 3 for hosting today's game.
Taas noo kahit kanino, walang ibang sinisigaw ang masang Pilipino. Bumagsak, bumangon, hinarap ang mga hamon, hanggang ang kahirapan tuluyan nating matalo.
Binibigay ko lang yung best ko. Kung ano man yung natutunan ko from my collegiate experience, I just share to the kids. And very fortunate kasi binigyan nga ako ng chance nila Boss JY, nila Boss Rapi, nila Madam. And I'm always grateful. That's why every time sa practice and games, binibigay ko yung best ko para sa team at manalo kami.
That's great, Coach. May mga gusto po ba kayong batian at pasalamatan?
Binabati ko nga pala si Mayor Jun Inares and then si Boss JY, si Madam Achi, and then sa lahat ng sumusuporta sa Antipolo JY Titans, maraming salamat. Patuloy lang po kayo manood and binabati ko nga pala yung wife ko and then yung my 3 kids. Hello sa inyo sa nanonood sa kanila sa bahay.
Yeah, maraming salamat, Coach. Back to you, Cholo and Coach Noy.
Thank you very much, Courtney, for interviewing one of the assistant coaches of the Antipolo JY Titans. Meanwhile, at the half, it's 28-22. 6-point lead for Makabagong San Juan, as again, only 2 players scoring for them. It's Nonato with 19, San Buenaventura with 9. And it's to no one's surprise because, again, they only have 6 players on their roster.
And, luckily, Nonato found this rhythm very early already. 5 made threes for Nonato, and that has been the difference so far. As you can see, 5 out of 16 for San Juan, 3 out of 16 for Antipolo. Antipolo really struggling from the field, 25%. So even if San Juan only shooting 31% from the field and only 2 players scoring for them, Nonato and San Buenaventura, really the effort being given out by San Juan, a problem here for Antipolo. Both teams with 26 rebounds each, while Makabagong San Juan, even if they have 12 turnovers, Antipolo has not been able to take advantage, only getting 4 points off turnovers. And interestingly enough, both teams with no fast break points. So in this day and age where everybody's trying to push the pace, these 2 teams have yet to score in transition.
And there you have it for our halftime overview of what happened in our first half. And again, a crucial game because both teams trying to improve their current positions, but pretty much both teams locked in that playoff spot. So right now, again, 28-22. And again, there's no Derek Duterte on the side of Antipolo. So perhaps Angelo Agustin will have a much bigger role, but Senyo Delizo, the guards actually of Antipolo, doing wonders for them. And we're heading into our 3rd period. First possession of our second half belonging to the Antipolo JY Titans. Again, they're 3rd in the standings, 7-2, followed by their opponents, the Makabagong San Juan Mighty Warriors, with a 6-3 record. Meanwhile, Agustin overcooks that shot, but he'll get called for a foul after reaching in.
And again, the last thing that Antipolo wants to do here is get into the penalty. They have to make fatigue a factor in this game, but right now they're doing a 2-1 half-court defense.
And Antipolo only 1 win away from tying Quezon City 8-8 Junior Giants. Meanwhile, traveling violation called on Gab Rosales.
Well, expounding on that bit of information, if Antipolo wins this game, they will tie Quezon City, and they were able to beat Quezon City in the group stages, so that's why they will finish at number 2 with a win. While for San Juan, a victory here will tie them with Antipolo at 7-3, and they will have the winner over the other advantage, so they will finish at number 3. And Antipolo will finish at number 4. So the worst case scenario for both teams, a loss will put them at number 4.
Which is, again, pretty much still included in the playoffs, but you want your position to be better. Meanwhile, Delizo getting swarmed by 3 red shirts. Good thing he's called for a traveling violation.
Well, sometimes it makes a load of difference where you finish. If you finish at number 4, you get to face Manila. And if you finish at 3, you face Marikina. If you finish at 2, you face Mandaluyong. So, matchups could really play a big factor here.
Meanwhile, pound for pound fitness foul, counted move for John Nathan Delizo. One of the main scorers, at least for this game for Antipolo. He has 9 points, a chance to make it 10. And to be the first players in double figure for Antipolo. But that's no good. 4-point lead for San Juan. 2 minutes passing by in Chapter 3. Paras, right side of the arc, Nonato. Buenaventura outside Nonato once again. That is short. Possession will go to Antipolo.
I believe that was tipped by Manalo.
So possession will stay after all with San Juan. 8 seconds to shoot for them. Nonato, left side of the arc. Rosales for 3. No good. They get it back though. Cuevas will lose it. And a foul will be called on Mark San Buenaventura.
It's 2 personal fouls on San Buenaventura. But you can see right now for San Juan, they're trying to involve everybody else. We've seen some shots here from Rosales Paras with 2 points. The first player aside from San Buenaventura and Nonato to score for San Juan.
Meanwhile, John Nathan Delizo missing that 3-point shot. Dwayne Nonato brings it down, puts on the moves, puts one up. Unable to finish though, but they will keep it alive. Alacapa against Manalo. Pulls up, no good. Rebound by Angelo J. Agustin. He is running, and he will finish at the break once again.
This is the second time that we've seen Agustin able to get the ball and just attack in transition, putting the ball on the floor.
And a steal by the same guy, Agustin. That's going to be a counter steal by Dwayne Nonato. As they're only up by 2, it's a 1-possession lead. Paras to the left side. Alacapa attacks. San Buenaventura losing it. Great defense from Manalo. Here comes Antipolo. Manalo steps on the brakes. Almost lost it. Will attack. Drops it. Agustin. No good. Delizo. That's not counted. A foul will be called on him.
Pushed off on the defender to create space. That's why he was open.
Take another look. Could have tied the ball game, but again, Delizo getting called for that foul. So both teams now at 2 team fouls this quarter. So possession now with San Juan. Looks like Nonato will bring it down. Insane Dwayne has 19. Still yet to score in our second half. San Buenaventura, no good. Great defense from Antipolo. And possession now with the Tyrants. Almost a steal by Nonato. Agustin for 3. That's short. Cruz offensive board. He takes it out. The pick from Senyo. It's now with Adrian Senyo. Cruz thought about the 3, will attack. One-hander. No good for him. Rebound by Cuevas.
So even if Cuevas has not yet scored in the game already, 5 rebounds for him.
Nonato up against Cruz. The pick from Cuevas. Left side to Alacapa. Being double teamed. Almost a steal. San Juan keeps it alive. They have to shoot it. Paras still not falling. And San Juan still up by 2. A chance for Antipolo to take the lead or tie the game. Umali, no good on that scoop up. Great defense from Mark San Buenaventura.
Umali probably should have just pulled up for that 3. He had a good look for about a second.
Alacapa, no good. A foul will be called. That's on Antipolo as possession will stay with San Juan. But now we'll be turning it over to Corky Buenaventura for a report.
Assistant Coach Jin mentioned how there is always a room for improvement. Nagtitiwala siya sa kakayahan ng mga players niya pero hindi ito rason para makampante. Since August was their last game, they continued training and fortunately, one of their key players na na-injure that game, which is si Mayor, was able to recover and now he's back on the court. The Stars really did align in their favor. Cholo, Coach Noy?
Thank you very much, Courtney, for that report. And right now, San Juan with a 5-point lead.
And another 3 for Nonato while Courtney was reporting. Actually, both teams last played in August. So really, rust could have been a factor early, but we're already in the 3rd quarter.
That's 22 already for Insane Dwayne. And Buenaflor will miss that first freebie. Second one on its way for Kevin Buenaflor. 1 out of 2. Make that a 3-point lead for Antipolo, or rather for San Juan. Correctly, that's a 4-point lead.
Yeah, a third quarter score, 33-29. Definitely a low scoring affair will favor the undermanned San Juan team.
San Buenaventura sends it out. Nonato, right out of the arc, will fade away. No good for Dwayne. They get it back though. Outside pass, Alacapa. Kaboom!
That's going to be a problem for Antipolo if someone else steps up here. San Buenaventura and Nonato have been carrying the load offensively for San Juan.
Cruz to the corner. Senyo. Outside pass. Buenaflor, the lefty. Unable to answer back. Rebound by San Buenaventura.
11 rebounds now for San Buenaventura.
Dwayne Nonato at the right side will fire a 3. That's no good. Rebound by Agustin. Or rather, that was Mayor. And this time it's Adrian Senyo, the sidestep, finishing at the break.
That's what you want to see from Antipolo. Get out in transition and run the San Juan team to the ground.
Nonato swings it to the left side. Inside, outside, Nonato for 3. Kaboom!
7 made threes now for Dwayne Nonato.
25-point game, at least so far for insane Dwayne Nonato. Meanwhile, it's Cruz trying to answer back. He does!
It's always fun to watch a shootout and Cruz trying to keep in step now with Dwayne Nonato.
Meanwhile, inside Paras, first 2 points of the game for him. And that'll put them up by 7. Timeout called by the Antipolo JY Tyrants. Under 2 minutes remaining in chapter number 3. As this is brought to you by Nature Spring, the #1 bottled water in the Philippines. (41-34), 7-point gap in favor of Makabagong San Juan. Meanwhile, they swing it around, talking about Antipolo in this possession. Kyle Abay, no good at that 3, gets it back, puts one up, and that's good for Kyle.
And without San Buenaventura on the floor, expect Antipolo to attack the inside.
It's only a 5-point lead for San Juan. And a steal here by the Titans. Cruz will attack. Mano Cruz will finish.
All of a sudden coming off the timeout, 4 quick points for Antipolo.
Makabagong San Juan only up by 3. Nonato, great spin, but he was unable to finish. And a violation will be called on him as well.
Right now, Nonato still not trying to do everything on the floor at that time. A little too fancy, lost control of the basketball.
3-point lead still for Makabagong San Juan. Senyo, that shot hit the bottom of the backboard. Nonato brings it down for Makabagong San Juan. The Mighty Warriors trying to generate some offense. Paras almost lost it. Nonato at the right side. They have 9 seconds to work with. Nonato, step back 3. Kaboom!
He is not yet done. This time hitting a 3 off the dribble. Most of his threes have come from catch and shoot situations.
Insane Dwayne with 28 points in this game. Meanwhile, setting for 3. Unable to answer back, but great offensive board and put back from Rote.
This is really what you want to see for Antipolo without San Buenaventura on the floor.
Meanwhile, Meanwhile, they have 3 seconds to work with, talking about Makabagong San Juan.
Foul to give for Antipolo.
Paras. Sideline inbound. Nonato puts one up. And that'll be it for our first 3 quarters, 44 to 40. 2 possession lead, 4-point gap in favor of Makabagong San Juan Mighty Warriors. And we'll return for the start of our 4th and final period. And once again, this is Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL.
I'd like to take the following sponsors. The official ball of Junior MPBL. Pound per pound, Biliga Randy. Nature Spring, #1 bottled water in the Philippines. Pound Active for quality sportswear. GK Skin, empowering women by redefining beauty. Don Benito's, ang pambansang kasama. Red Dynasty Seafood and Hot Pot Restaurant. Winford Resort and Casino Manila.
(44-40), 4-point gap in favor of Makabagong San Juan Mighty Warriors as we approach our 4th and final period. Again, this is a crucial game as Antipolo at the 3rd place currently and San Juan at the 4th.
Well, we've been waiting for fatigue to become a factor, but so far, itong San Juan, even with 6 players, still able to hold off Antipolo 44 to 40, mainly because of this guy, Dwayne Nonato.
Insane Dwayne has 28 points in this game. Meanwhile, Mark San Buenaventura will score.
Second player in double digits now for San Juan. San Buenaventura with 11 points and 11 rebounds.
6-point lead for the Mighty Warriors. Agustin sends it out. Delizo will attack. Delizo getting fouled. 2 freebies coming up for John Nathan Delizo.
Well, this was something that I was looking for Antipolo to do, try to attack the paint, try to fish for the fouls on San Juan. That's only going to be the first personal foul on Cuevas.
John Nathan Delizo has been quiet recently, but he does have 7 points and 3 rebounds.
Head coach Mario Gutera still looking for a combination on the floor that will work.
Meanwhile, Cuevas will grab the board and Nonato will bring it down. Again, he has 28, includes 6 boards and 2 dimes to that stat line as he fades away. And no good. Rebound by John Nathan Delizo. Mano Cruz brings it down as almost a minute passes by in chapter number 4. Kyle Abay being guarded by Alacapa. Mano Cruz for 3. No good. Nonato with the board. He will attack. Dwayne Nonato. Great defense on the side of Antipolo, but San Juan keeps it alive. Alacapa off the glass. No good. San Buenaventura still not falling.
As you can see, San Juan now feeling the legs now. A little bit of lack of lift for them.
And let's see if Antipolo can capitalize on that said fatigue. Agustin. Mark San Buenaventura holding on to his neck area.
Didn't really catch the action there. Having a little difficulty breathing.
Hopefully it's nothing serious. Again, he has played almost the whole game, so it's no surprise if he's feeling, a little bit fatigue, a little difficulty in breathing. Let's take another look on what exactly happened.
I think he got hit inadvertently by Agustin while trying to position himself, asking for the basketball.
And obviously it's unintentional on the side of Angelo Agustin, but looks like that took a hit on Markson Buenaventura. Another look, another different angle this time from the half-court line.
Looks like he's okay. But again, I don't think anything was intentional on the part of Agustin, just trying to seal San Buenaventura. I'm not gonna catch that because San Buenaventura was blocking the view.
Seems like all is good. Looks like Markson Buenaventura will need a little moment to rest. But hopefully he can play down the stretch. As again, if he doesn't play, there's only 5 players for San Juan.
So the officials asking for a better camera angle.
Meanwhile, it's a 6-point lead for San Juan still. Another angle, this time again from that second angle shown a while ago. And the elbow, might have hit that, or perhaps the arm area of Angelo Agustin.
When I say unintentional, I mean, he's not going after the throat. He was trying to position himself, had to clear some space, but it's very hard for a player to intentionally, target the throat. It's pretty much just trying to push off your defender, trying to get better position. But the problem here for San Juan, if San Buenaventura will be forced to take a long rest, it's only a 6-point lead for them. Very long time remaining, 8.5. But I think San Buenaventura should be good to go soon. Might need to take a quick rest.
Agreed. I mean, obviously it just so happened that Markson Buenaventura's throat was in the way. Let's take a look at what the verdict will be.
I think let's just wait for the announcement, but based on the signals, I don't want to preempt things, just wait for the announcement, but it's not going to be a regular foul, I think.
Nonetheless, it's a 6-point lead for San Juan. And from the looks of it, Markson Buenaventura is sitting on the bench.
So yeah, they call a disqualifying foul on the Agustin.
And that's gonna be big, as Angelo Agustin has been doing wonders for them. Has 6 points. 2 of those were coast-to-coast finishes for the big guy.
And although it was unintentional, the referees have been very strict about it and very consistent about this even during the first season. Whenever you hit above the shoulder, they have been very strict. Minimum unsportsmanlike foul. But Angelo Agustin will need to leave the ball game, need to leave the playing venue.
It looks like Samparas will be the one to take a technical freebie. And again, yes, even though it was unintentional, our officials will have to call that one.
Well, actually, even in other leagues, that could even have been a no call. But here in the junior MPBL, we make sure that we protect the players, especially since we are still at the quote-unquote developmental stages of their basketball careers.
So Paras will take the freebies. Oh, wait a minute.
The referee with a block.
With a steal. Great defense. But wait a minute.
I think it has to be San Buenaventura who will need to take the free throws. Unless they need to sub him out.
Riley Paras was about to take that shot.
Yeah, because game had to be stopped and the medical team had to check on San Buenaventura. He needs to be subbed out first, but I think he can still enter the game.
Riley Paras with a technical freebie. He makes it, being the 4th player of this squad to score. Second one on its way for Riley Paras. 1 out of 2 for him. That's one more possession for Makabagong San Juan. They can increase the lead possibly to 9 or 10 with this possession, as Riley will trigger the inbound from the baseline. Donato gets free, will lose the basketball. Delizo with the steal. Delizo tried to find Mayor. He does find Mayor, but that's no good. Meanwhile, a sudden appearance out of nowhere by Derek Duterte.
Well, I did see him on the bench earlier, but I didn't think he was in uniform.
Meanwhile, Donato no good. And this changes everything. Abay, pull up, no good. Here comes Makabagong San Juan. They're only up by 5. And again, to make things worse for them, there is a sudden appearance of Derek Duterte for Antipolo. Donato using the pick from Cuevas. Dwayne Donato being swarmed, lost it. Duterte with the steal. Manalo off that Duterte pass. He will finish in transition.
That time, Dwayne Donato trying to take on the Antipolo defense by himself. Did not see that blindside swipe, and the 2 points for Antipolo cuts the lead down to just 3.
One possession game. Derek Duterte is in the building. And a timeout called right here by Makabagong San Juan as they're up by 3. We'll take a short break. Back to the action right here again, 47-44, only a 3-point gap in favor of Makabagong San Juan. As almost, or rather a little more than 3 minutes remaining, or passing by in chapter number 4. Again, a crucial game as both teams just next to each other in the standings. San Juan in 4th place, Antipolo in 3rd place. San Juan having this possession. Donato has 28 in this ball game. Still yet to score in chapter 4. Rosales getting fouled by Manalo.
Too much of a bump that time for Manalo. But you see San Buenaventura back on the floor now for San Juan, with Antipolo now breathing down their necks.
A warning on the Antipolo bench for improper bench decorum. Rosales finds Donato. He will attack baseline, drops it, basket, and one for Mark San Buenaventura.
That's really the next step in the game of Dwayne Donato. How does he set up his other teammates that time, working that pick and roll perfectly with San Buenaventura.
Pound for pound fitness foul counted move. As Mark San Buenaventura, chance to make it a 3-point play. Just shrugging off his throat pain a while ago. And he does indeed convert it.
So back to a 6-point lead for San Juan.
Manalo to the right wing. The attack by Delizo. Drops it to Mayor. He puts one up. Great execution by the Titans.
And with Duterte on the floor, that allows Mayor some more space.
Donato hands it off. Gab Rosales, rather it was Riley Porras turning the ball over. Manalo, great find to Kyle Abay.
Lead down to 2 points now.
Mark San Buenaventura brings it down for Makabagong San Juan. Hands it off to Dwayne. He has yet to score in Chapter 4. The pick from Mark San Buenaventura. He gets it. Stolen by Mayor. Finds John Nathan Delizo. Back to Mayor. Try to tap it to the cutting Kyle Abay. But it's going to be a turnover. San Buenaventura has it. 4 minutes passing by in Chapter 4. Will hand it off to Rosales. Gab Rosales will lose it. Mark San Buenaventura diving for it. Finds Cuevas. And he's the 5th player to score for San Juan.
Talk about effort for San Buenaventura on the floor but still able to dish out an assist.
Meanwhile, Derek Duterte. No good. He gets it back. One more time. And the big boy, even though he was late in this game, trying to make the biggest impact he can.
Just imagine for San Juan, really expending a lot of energy for the first 3 quarters and having to contend with Duterte with fresh legs in the 4th.
Derek Duterte. And we all thought he wasn't going to appear into this game. And again, he got a double-double in their last game. He goes 0 out of 2 though. Donato will get it. They're up by 4. Donato directing the offense. Horns play for Makabagong San Juan. Donato goes right, sends it to the corner. A couple of passes, ends up with Donato for 3, but that's no good. Rebound Duterte and a foul on Cuevas.
Well, even if Donato missed that opportunity that was within the flow of the offense, ending up with an open 3-pointer from the corner, just unable to convert. 8 out of 17 for Donato from deep.
4-point lead for Makabagong San Juan. Manalo to Duterte. The attack. Big boy Duterte.
The lefty finishing from the left side on his strong side.
Donato the pull-up. No good. He's been cold. Duterte grabs another board. He has 4 points and 3 boards. Adrian Senyo, what a move! But he's unable to finish. And Mayor, no good as well. Both teams wrestling for the basketball as San Juan and Duterte looking like John Cena and Randy Orton in WrestleMania.
See right there, just grabbing the basketball away from San Buenaventura.
And a chance to tie the ball game up for Antipolo. Big boy Duterte at the line has 4 points and 5 rebounds and a single dime. And first one is good for Duterte.
You can see here in the 4th quarter, San Juan pretty much in the penalty already with 4. And it has been Duterte who has, I believe, gotten at least 2 or 3 of those fouls.
And Duterte will go 1 out of 2 nonetheless. Only a 1-point lead for Makabagong San Juan. Cuevas has it, hands it off to Donato. He's been cold. He's at the right side of the arc, up against Delizo. Donato will reject the screen. Basket and one, make it 30 points for insane Dwayne Donato.
It has been an insane performance for Donato. He's been struggling right now from the outside, and this time using the screen of San Buenaventura, rejecting it and going to his right.
Pound for pound fitness foul counted move. Puts San Juan up within 3, a chance to make it a 2-possession lead for them. Dwayne Donato, again, aside from his 30-point game, has 8 boards and 3 dimes. A double-double watch for insane Dwayne. Meanwhile, he's unable to convert it into a 3-point play. And it's only a 3-point lead for Makabagong San Juan as Duterte travels without a visa.
That looks like an American football play, giving it to the running back, and Duterte just bulldozes his way inside, but unfortunately will be called for a foul. So both teams now in the penalty. Any fouls will mean free throws for both teams.
So crucial minutes passing by. Gab Rosales finds Alacapa. Mark San Buenaventura at the low post. The spin puts one up. Great defense from Antipolo. Senyo high pass, Delizo unable to finish. Donato grabs it. And a foul will be called on Manalo. 2 freebies coming up for Insane Dwayne.
That's a bad foul for Antipolo, stopping the clock, allowing San Juan free throws. There seems to be a little bit of color developing between Donato and Delizo.
3.5 minutes remaining in our game.
Coach R.A. on your screen seems to be with the Davao, the Davao squad in the first season of Manny Pacquiao's junior MPBL, coaching the 14 and under division, now an assistant for head coach Brit Roma.
And San Juan now up by 2 possessions. A 5-point lead to be exact for them. Senyo thought about the 3. Manalo up top. Will fire one. No good. Rebound by San Buenaventura. Donato able to receive it. He will attack. Great defense coming from Antipolo. Rosales hands it off and he travels without a visa.
Could be a costly turnover for San Juan as you see Donato on the floor.
By the way, San Buenaventura 14-13 in this game. Double-double now for him. But right now, Dwayne Donato on the ground. Seems to have gotten hit. Let's take another look. As he was attacking the lane. And we're not sure what exactly happened to him.
Might be just a matter of cramps, having played pretty much the whole game.
He's playing more than 35 minutes in this game. But right now, he's standing up. Seems to be okay. As there's over 3 minutes remaining in Chapter 4. Looks like he will be required to be subbed out.
Need to sit out at least one play. You know, Coach Brit Roma has been very hard on Dwayne Donato, even in the previous seasons. Due to mainly because of decision making that time, not really making the right play, attacking the paint with Titans already posted in the paint. Sometimes you just need to pull it out and use some clock.
Senyo. Manalo up top. Back to Senyo at the left wing area. He will fire. No good. A foul will be called on Gab Rosales.
That's going to mean free throws for Delizo.
And a chance for them, talking about Antipolo, a chance for them to cut it into a single possession lead. And John Nathan Delizo so far has 7 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists in this game. Has been quiet the past quarters. And first one is no good for Delizo. Second one on its way. 0 out of 2 for Delizo.
And this is the one thing that they will need to work on and practice for Antipolo. 3 out of 14 from the free throw area as a team.
Meanwhile, Duterte blocking that San Buenaventura shot. Delizo on the other side. He will attack. Great defense by San Juan. But Antipolo keeps it alive. Manalo will fire. Not good. The battle for the rebound. Delizo grabs it. He gets fouled, so that's 2 freebies again for John Nathan Delizo.
May not entirely be a bad idea at this stage for San Juan. As I said earlier, 3 out of 14 from the free throw area for Antipolo really just has been a struggle.
Again, Delizo has 7 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 dimes. And it's still not falling for Delizo. They've only made 3 free throws in this game. Delizo, 0 out of 4 in his last 2 trips. Duterte gets it back. puts one up. That's good for Big Boy Duterte.
Just imagine if Duterte was available earlier. And now with 7 points and 6 rebounds for Antipolo. And they give up another foul. They are in the penalty. No need to foul from that far away as Duterte just playing volleyball inside.
And who knows, he might even get a double-double despite entering just in the middle of the third quarter of this game.
So that's 7 points and 6 rebounds in about 6 minutes of play.
Meanwhile, 33 points for insane Dwayne Nonato.
So actually more than a point and a rebound per minute for Duterte so far. Talk about efficiency.
Nonato at the line, second one on its way, 34 points for insane Dwayne Nonato. And here comes Antipolo, they're down by 5. Pressure, slowly but surely starting to press upon their shoulders. Cruz unable to knock that down. Duterte, another offensive board. The big boy going to work.
He's going for that double-double, 9 points, 8 rebounds now for Duterte.
And the hero that Antipolo needed, Duterte, with a pound-for-pound fitness foul counted move. A chance to put himself in double figures with this freebie. And he will.
He may have played the full fourth quarter, but he has the freshest legs on the floor.
Meanwhile, that's going to be a foul on the other side. San Juan a chance to put them up by 4 points to possession lead. San Buenaventura now with 14 points, 15 rebounds. As no one was there to pick him up and they were late on the response. First one is no good for San Buenaventura, fortunately for Antipolo.
So even if he hits this, still a 1 possession advantage for San Juan.
15 points, 15 rebounds for San Buenaventura. And the Antipolo JY Titans will call a Nature Spring timeout. They're down by 3, under 2 minutes remaining in our ball game. Back to the action right here. 59-56, a 3-point gap in favor of the Makabagong San Juan Mighty Warriors. Under 2 minutes remaining in our ball game. Derek Emmanuel Duterte coming out of nowhere for Antipolo. Right now has 10 points, 8 rebounds.
Right now for San Juan can't afford to give up a foul.
Comes Antipolo, the three-pointer, that's overcooked. Great box out for Nonato, possession going to Makabagong San Juan.
Right now, if you're San Juan, would want to waste some clock, but not to be too tentative. Still want to get a good shot out of this.
Nonato, he has 34 points in this game. Escapes his defender. Nonato will fade away. No good for Dwayne Nonato. Parks San Buenaventura, his 16th rebound. He has nowhere to go. They have 6 seconds to work with. Almost a steal. Paras stepping out of bounds. And he turns the ball over to Antipolo.
A slight positive for San Juan. They were able to waste a lot more clock, although Nonato needs to be able to manage the clock better.
That is indeed the next test for him. But this time, this will be a test for Antipolo. They can tie the ball game up or cut the lead to just one. Manalo, Rojas, Senyo has it. Back to Rojas, Manalo, inside Duterte. The attack, Duterte, basket, and one for big boy, Derek Duterte.
The thing with Duterte, if you need a three, doesn't mean that you have to go for a three. You can just dump the ball in the post because everybody's gonna try and block him, but you can see there, able to make the adjustment, almost shooting from the waist.
Pound for pound fitness foul counted move. You either get up or get out of the way.
Oh
But
no!
he'll get it back. Duterte one more time, no foul call. 10 points, 9 rebounds for Duterte. Only a 1-point lead for Makabagong San Juan. Nonato against Senyo. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Dwayne Nonato, the pull-up. That's money for Dwayne Nonato.
It's a big time play for Nonato using the screen. Able to score with a floater.
36 big points for insane Dwayne Nonato. As a timeout called right here by Antipolo, San Juan up by 3. 33 seconds remaining in our game.
Matic. One quarter.
Back to the action right here, 61 to 58. A 3-point gap for Makabagong San Juan after that one-handed floater coming from Dwayne Nonato, who has 36 points. 33 seconds remaining in our ball game. 14 to shoot for the Antipolo JY Titans. They can tie the ball game up or cut the lead to just one. Mano Cruz thought about the three. Manalo has it. Has nowhere to go. Mano Cruz for three. Unable to tie the ball game up. Nonato dives for it. Duterte and Nonato wrestling for the basketball. And Antipolo will retain possession.
14 seconds on the shot
Looks like Antipolo has no timeouts left.
Shot clock is reset to 14.
At this stage, if you can get a quick two and quickly foul, you can still have that option. Doesn't need to be a three-pointer for Antipolo.
Senyo, bothered by Dwayne Nonato, finds Duterte. Mano Cruz has it. Manalo for three. No good. Mano Cruz gets it back. He will fire for three, but wait a minute.
Oh, unsportsmanlike foul called on Duterte off the ball.
What a sequence right there. Derek Duterte. Big time call. Game defining call, if I may say so.
Will be a review.
So it's off the ball. The
He
camera.
just pushed his defender out of the way into the stage.
The camera didn't even catch the action, at least that angle.
He's claiming that he was being held in the jersey, but nevertheless you have to keep your head in a game like this.
And he has a double-double, by the way. Meanwhile, perhaps in this angle, it'll be clearer.
Duterte and Cuevas.
Oh, I was wrong.
Pretty much just pushed him out of the way.
So So we're not sure yet what the verdict will be. Perhaps in this angle we'll see it better. And yes, to simply put it, he just pushed Cuevas away.
So that could be just a regular off the ball, regular offensive foul.
And we're just waiting for the verdict of our officials.
Well, you gotta admire the courage there by Cuevas trying to contain Duterte. Who has a double-double in 1 quarter. Just imagine if he played all 4. Could easily have been a 40-40 game.
Agreed. I mean, this will be a different story if Direct Duterte played from start to finish. But right now, again, we're still waiting for the final verdict, as this will pretty much define the game. Define the outcome of the game.
But the call on the floor was an unsportsmanlike foul. So let's see if the referees will downgrade it.
Eight seconds remaining in our game. And yes, it'll indeed be an unsportsmanlike foul called on Big Boy Duterte.
So opportunity here for San Juan to ice the game from the free throw line. 2 free throws plus ball possession for San Juan, and more importantly, Duterte will need to sit for 3 playing minutes.
So even 1 free throw can put them up by 4. And that'll be perhaps more than enough. Cuevas, first one, no good for him. But even though he misses 2 of the freebies, they're gonna get another possession. And assuming that Antipolo will foul, that's gonna be 2 more chances for them at the line. He'll go 0 out of 2.
So if you're Antipolo, the guy you want to receive this basketball would be Cuevas, who just missed 2.
So a timeout called right here by Coach Ricky Alcantara. As San Juan up by 3, 8 seconds remaining in chapter number 4. (61-58), 3-point lead for San Juan. 8 seconds remaining, and they still have this possession. And again, assuming that Antipolo will foul, they'll have 2 more chances at the line. Another chance to ice the game and seal the win.
Trying to find a way to get Cuevas to be the recipient who just missed 2 free throws.
That is it. Nonato has 36 points, a chance to make it 38 at the line.
An opportunity to ice the game. 1 free throw could just about be enough for San Juan to escape with a win here.
First one is no good for Dwayne. He has 36, 8, and 4. As Coach Britt Roma, you can see the dismay on his face because he holds Dwayne to a high standard.
Important for Antipolo to get the rebound if Nonato makes it though.
4-point lead for San Juan. And a steal by Dwayne Nonato. Perhaps the game-winning steal.
I don't think it's up for discussion anymore. Dwayne Donato's done everything for San Juan. Although he does turn the ball over another time.
And that'll be it for this game. As Dwayne Donato's 37 points carry the San Juan Mighty Warriors into a W, locking in that third spot in the North Division standings of the 14 and under division.
Luckily for San Juan, they were able to hold off Antipolo and Zairic Duterte, who finished with a double in one quarter. But luckily, Dwayne Donato just really carried them here in this game. 36 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists. The only negative, finishing with 11 turnovers.
Our final score, 62-58. San Juan again locking in that third spot. That's good for a 7-3 record. Same with Antipolo. Yes, I think it's very obvious who's our Don Benito's ang pambansang kasama best player of the game is. Again, tallying 37 points, 8 rebounds, and 4 dimes is insane Dwayne Donato. And we have Miss Courtney Bonaventura at the sidelines to introduce us to him.
Joining me here is our best player of the game from Makabagong San Juan Mighty Warriors, Dwayne Donato with 37 points, 8 rebounds, and 4 assists. Congratulations, Dwayne. You've shown a good performance again today. Paano mo dinidisiplina yung sarili mo to achieve a good outcome like this?
Lagi lang ako natutulog na maaga. Pinipili ko yung mga kinakain ko at yun lang, maging consistent lang sa loob at sa labas ng court.
May mga gusto ka bang pasalamatan at batiin?
Una-una po, nagpapasalamat po kay God. Nakuha namin yung panalo ngayon. Sa mga coaches ng San Juan, kay Tita Saibil, sa pamilya ko nanonood sa Kabuyaw, si Lola ko, Lola Susan, Ninong Jun, Papa Andre. Yan.
Thank you and congratulations once again. We would also like to thank Don Benitos for providing a sumptuous Filipino delicacy. Don Benitos, ang pambansang kasama. Cholo, Coach Noy?
Thank you very much, Courtney. Once again, our player of the game, insane Dwayne Donato. 37 points in 37 minutes of action, carrying San Juan to a W and locking in that third spot. Meanwhile, our last game of this Antipolo in San Juan series, 18 and under division coming your way. Still again between the Antipolo JY Titans and the Makabagong San Juan Mighty Warriors. And once again, this has been Cholo Pangilinan, Coach Noy Africa, and Courtney Bonaventura at the sidelines. And this is your Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL.
Liga ng bayan na to, mga kabataan na sugod. Junior MPBL para sa'yo, ang liga ng bawat batang Pilipino. Liga ng bayan na to, klaro na to, huwag kang sumuko sa gustong gawin. Isang pangarap, isang tagumpay, yeah. Gabay at pag-asa ng bayan, landas pagbabago, pag-asa, ikaw ang mahalaga. Iba't iba, pero isang halaga. Nagkakaisa, nagmamahalan, nagtutulungan.
Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL
Would like to thank Dorite Bola ng Pinoy, the first Pinoy basketball brand, Don Benitos, ang pambansang kasava, Nature Spring, #1 bottled water in the Philippines. Pound for pound fitness, be Liga Ready, Jinky Skin, empowering women by redefining beauty, Pound Active, for quality sportswear.
Red Dynasty, offering comfort Chinese food and overall 5-star experience. Winford Resort and Casino Manila, a luxury integrated resort.
Wing Bowl, it's like coming home. Chris Jacob Collection, for affordable but quality daily perfumes.
Special thanks to Pulong Barangay Danilo Villanueva of Barangay Escopa 3 for hosting today's game.
Taas noo kahit kanino, walang ibang sinisigaw ang masang Pilipino. Bumagsak, bumangon, hinarap ang mga hamon, hanggang ang kahirapan tuluyan nating matalo.